change that. We're going to change that. And welcome to Hey Coach, live from Walk-Ons. I'm your host, John Weaver. I'm here with Coach Herbert Davis, our head football coach. We're going to be joining you every Monday night from 7 to 7:30 here at Walk-Ons to tell you everything about MRA athletics and especially football, since it is time for football season. So what we're going to kind of do is start out with kind of what our 7-on-7 and summer workouts look like. And I know summer and 7-on-7 look different for different people. But what do we do that's different from a lot of other people?
I think, we play football. We do whatever we do on, on Friday nights in the fall, we do it in the summer. We don't change it. So, we're trying to get better at our craft, get better at our scheme. Quarterback reads, the quarterback's reading real defenses, and then, most importantly, our receivers and DBs are getting great work against a lot of different routes.
Yeah, I know coaching running backs for you. The summer is such an integral part of what we do and how we run things and how we go about making an offense work. Let's talk about our summer workouts just in general, because our summer workouts are tailored. George Adams, who's our head strength and conditioning coach, been here 5 years with us now, but he's tailored it more to where it's a lot of us motivating and him and his team coaching. So how does that prepare us, not only just in the summer, but now we look back in January and up with where we are now?
Yeah, and it's good to see a lot of guys come a long ways from January to now. Not only stronger, but faster, and more importantly for me, mentally tougher, which is still something we got to work on. but that's his job. He does a great job at it.
Yeah. So one thing that I was really, really impressed with as we looked into the future of what our culture looks like. Our culture at MRA, and you and I had talked about this at length, that there were some things that, we copycat and all that stuff, but what I loved the most this summer was you put your spin on it. Just talk to us a little bit about how it came to be, and I think it's modeling as we go into this season.
Yeah, I just felt like I needed to, every Monday, I came in and just kind of felt what was on my heart, what our team needed, but also with a plan throughout the summer,
right.
And so, that was something we started on Monday, and then our coaches and then maybe a player or two carried it on throughout the week. And I thought it was fantastic this summer. I hope it'll pay off for us. But, we sure did do a lot of good, get a lot of information to those guys to be able to not only grow in the football field, but grow in life too.
Right. And I'm going to take a different spin on this real quick. Last year was kind of crazy around this time. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad to be in this seat and you're in that seat as we go.
1 week from this coming Sunday, it got rough.
Don't remind me. I remember that phone call all too well. But let's just talk about your health real quick and how, I don't know how you did it. You're the toughest person I know on this planet with what you went through last year. But let's just talk about you for a second and how rejuvenated you are. And I've seen you all summer. You're just bouncing around like a kid who's 13 years old.
Yeah, man. It's good to kind of feel like a football coach again. So there's somebody that's trying to get through it. And thank God through those years, I had great coaches and great players and leadership that got us through it. But it's just good to be back healthy. I feel great. Actually, I even got a check up tomorrow. I hope they'll be good again. But so far, everything's been great. And, I have had a lot of energy, and you know what my passion is. I love this game, so it's been great to be back.
Yeah, it's one of our core values, and that's no mistake. That's the first one in Patriots is passion. So as we look forward, we have a home schedule that's pretty good. We're at home against Park Lane, and then this Thursday night, and then we go on the road for 2 weeks, and the next thing you know, we're in the Metro for a long time. Yeah. And let's just talk about our home schedule to start off with.
I would say it's probably the toughest home schedule we've had in the 11 years I've been here. You start with the two non-MAIS schools with Pulaski Academy, 8 out of the last 10 years, 5A, 6A champions from Arkansas. Gosh, we've had some wars in the last 3 years. I hope we can get them this year. It's been a war every year. A very entertaining game, but we had to come out on top. And then we got Oak Grove, the defending 7A state champions in Mississippi. High School Activity Association coming in. Man, we're one play away from beating them in overtime last year. Tremendous game. They're coming in, and then hey, we got Hartfield. 4 SEC guys on their team, defending champions in our league last year. It's gonna be a heck of a home schedule.
Yeah, but you talk about the home schedule, our home fans. I mean, there's nothing like playing football on Old Canton Road. That's one of my favorite things. There are some exciting things that you will see Thursday night on Old Canton Road for our first Friday night football game. There are some special effects, if you will. But just talk about our atmosphere with the tailgate tents and all that. I mean, our atmosphere, I think, is second to none. I'm getting chilled up talking about it right now.
Yeah, and people don't realize that combined in that stadium, it kind of echoes off, it bounces off everything.
Right.
And but yeah, the atmosphere starts with our fans and our cheerleaders and our band, and man, just with the fans coming out. What a great atmosphere it is. We're very blessed, but
Yeah.
we shouldn't take it for granted because it's a special atmosphere on Friday night.
All right, so as we progress through the season and we do this coaches show, I'm pretty excited at the fact that I get to sit by you on Monday nights, and we've already game planned for something on Sunday. So we're gonna have some fun on this. I want y'all to stay tuned as we do Hey Coach live from walk-ons. This will be every Monday night. So thank you for listening in, and stay tuned for more from Hey Coach live from walk-ons.
Gumbo is a quintessential Louisiana dish, right? Our gumbo's just got tremendous flavor. It's about quality. If you skip any part of the process, you'll definitely get called out for it, and we just don't do that. Of course, we have salt and pepper shakers on every table, but rarely do we see someone pick them up. If you're gonna do a gumbo, you better do it the right way.
Some people like to talk into microphones. We prefer dropping them. The MDX Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Honey, what's got you down?
Oh, nothing.
Now you know you can tell me anything.
Jordan got a new roof and I'm kind of jealous.
Well, there's nothing wrong with this roof.
Maybe I can help with that.
Your smile. It's how you share your truest feelings, your dreams, yourself with the world. And at the Winning Smile, your smile is our passion. That's why we offer in-house financing options, convenient appointment times, and personalized treatment plans to help keep you healthy and discover your confidence to unleash your best smile. Learn more at thewinningsmile.com.
Hey Coach, live from walk-ons. I'm now joined with Coach Ross Hailey. He's always been coach to me ever since I started there. So Coach Hailey,
yes, sir.
We're going to talk about our All Sports Trophy. It's one of those things that is pretty coveted when you start looking at the MIS landscape of how well do you do in all your sports, kind of like the Capital One Cup, if you will. So talk about what that means to our athletic department for winning that, not one, but 2 times in a row.
We have been able to win it back-to-back years. It's been the goal of our athletic department. It's my 27th year. There were several years a long time ago where we thought we might have a chance, but the spring sports kind of got to us. And 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago, Mr. Land, he looked at us and he said, "We're gonna make a commitment to the spring sports. We're gonna get better in the minors because our major sports were doing pretty good those years. We were in the finals a lot and winning some, but we had to get some of our minor sports picked up, and boys tennis, boys golf, girls tennis is getting better. But there's just there's a bunch of spring sports. Archery has really helped. Archery popped up on the scene, and Kenny Weeds has done a great job with that. So our major sports have continued to be successful, and our minor sports have crept up the ladder as well. In these last 2 years, we've been able to claim that trophy. And it's Jackson Prep had won it every year but one since I think 1995 was the first year. They had won it every year but one until 2 years ago. And now we've claimed back to back.
Well, so here's my thought on that is you start looking at it kind of changes the landscape a little bit of just, and I think what y'all said is when Mr. Land put a lot of emphasis on those spring sports, the country club sports, if you will, the tennis, the archery, the golf, and just seeing that kind of changing of the guard. What does that mean for you as an athletic? I mean, you were the assistant AD under Coach DeWeese. What is that for you? Just, I don't know. I know the first one you were kind of like, this is for you and for him retiring and all that stuff from the AD position. But just what does that mean for the school? I mean, you've been there a long time.
Well,
just what does that mean for the school? You've seen it through the ages.
Sure, it's just it's a commitment to our entire athletic department.
Right.
Instead of just saying, oh, we're going to be the best we can at basketball, which is, through the 90s and through the early 2000s, everybody just said, hey, y'all are just a basketball school. But these last 5 or 7 years, we've really stretched our tentacles and spread it out. And instead of just a fish swimming in the ocean, we've been more of an octopus with our tentacles spread out, doing more stuff.
Right. So. Well, I love the fact that we are taking that. I mean, 1 time's great, 2 times even better. So I guess we're going for a three-peat, if you will.
We're going to encourage our kids and our coaches to do the best they can. We certainly hope that happens. But,
right.
The main thing is that for our kids to have great experiences playing athletics, for our coaches to do the best job they can do, and you just trust the outcome. But you do everything you can to get the best outcome you can.
That's right. So let's just fast forward real quick. There's some new facilities that are being built on campus. There are some facilities that have been long awaited. We talked about tennis and Jay Strobel winning back-to-back in the boys' titles. So we got something new there. And there's something new that I think people are going to enjoy at Calumet. Just some new things that are going around campus for athletics this year.
Absolutely. Our tennis facility is being built down between Ridgecrest Baptist Church and St. Matthew's Methodist Church. We're appreciative of both of those churches working with us through the construction process. And we've poured 3 courts. We're going to pour 3 more courts later this week. So we'll have 6 courts poured and hopefully be out there. Hopefully we'll be out there playing on late September, maybe early October. And then come January, it's going to be full speed ahead. The building will be built. The covered area will be built. We'll have 2 more courts over there. We'll have 8 courts. We'll have locker rooms. We'll have bathrooms. We'll have a team meeting room kind of thing, a nice big covered area. And we'll have 100 parking spaces that'll be gated off for MRA specifically. Ridgecrest was kind enough to sell us 100 parking places along with the land. So we have parking down there. We have tennis courts. It's just going to be a great setup down there. And then speaking of parking, we're going to across at Calumet. A lot of y'all have been driving by and you've seen the addition that we've made. We added about 85 parking places down there. We could go back and add another 90 or so if we really needed them eventually, but we've done a lot of landscaping in that area, so it'll be several years before we go add another 90. But we're out over 250 parking places down there, so we'll have great parking for our visitors and for a lot of our home fans that park over there on Friday nights. For track meet days, it'll be great. When we have grandparent days, our kids will be able to park right across the street. It'll be a little bit easier. It'll still be shuttles, but it'll still be a little bit easier. It'll be our parking lot. We won't have to call and ask for permission and all that kind of stuff. So it's just going to be a great setup. We're really excited about that parking lot, and we're even more excited about our tennis courts.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the tennis courts are also going to have an extension for like some golf simulator or some golf.
We have a practice area down there planned for the golf. We're still kind of debating what's going to be the best thing to do. So,
right.
But there is some extra land down there, and we talked about the idea of having a putting green and being able to chip on the putting green and have hitting into nets, a range, so to speak, where you're hitting into the net. You're not really seeing your ball fly, but still able to get down there and take full swings. So we're working on our best option down there.
There's a lot of exciting things happening on Old Kent Road and down Old Kent Road. So with the change of a season comes new hires and new coaches, and we got a bunch of them. But the one I want to talk about most right now is our new baseball coach, Chad Lipscomb, taking over the helm. Coach Alan Pavette goes on and takes a head of school position at Manchester Academy. Chad comes on, been with the program for a long time. Just talk about that hire and what you're looking for in our baseball program. Plus, you got a bunch of new hires across the board when you start looking at junior high football, softball, and across that platform. But specifically right now, let's look at our baseball program and the hiring of Chad Lipscomb.
Sure. So you have Chad, Coach Pavette a couple of weeks ago, the Manchester job came open, and Manchester called and asked for permission to speak to Coach Pavette. We certainly said, if that's what Coach Pavette wants to do, that's a great thing for him. That's the choice that he made for his family, and it's a great choice. Getting to move on to be ahead of school is something he saw in his future, and we're certainly glad that it worked out for him. We wish him and Manchester nothing but the best. But it did leave us with a void, and Chad Lipscomb was right there ready to fill that void. This is his 17th year with us at MRA. It's his 25th year coaching overall, so he's been a head coach before. He served as our head coach in an interim procedure we had several years back where Coach Pavette was unable to finish the season, and he did a great job for us, carried us to a state championship. We had a really good team, but Chad, he got the team all on the same page, and they went and finished with a state championship. So, he and I have that little bit of a bond where, the head guy
That's
there,
right.
both of us were able to finish it out. It took him long, he got more of a real time as head coach to finish things out. I just had to do one night's work, but his experience, his commitment to our kids, and just his commitment as being a godly man is going to be a great change in leadership for our baseball program. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, when I got the phone call of things that we had to put in motion, I was super excited to know that Chad was going to be the guy leading that charge. I think it's a great fit for our program and for our guys, because a lot of them, they use him already, and he's their summer ball coach. So they know how he is, they know how he coaches, and I think that's going to help bridge that gap also with those younger guys and those older guys. Well, we're going to end this segment, and Coach Hailey, I want to thank you for joining us for our first Hey Coach. It's pretty fun. It's been a long time coming of getting this coach's show off the ground. So thankful for walk-ons, but stay tuned for the next segment with Coach Herbert Davis as we look at the season and what it looks like for the 2024 campaign in MRA football. Stay tuned to Hey Coach, live from Walk-Ons.
From small-town courtrooms to the Mississippi Supreme Court, our attorneys have over 60 years' experience litigating cases all across Mississippi. The odds say you'll need an attorney at some point, and when you do, you can have the home field advantage with your hometown lawyers right around the corner from MRA. Gladden and Ingram, attorneys at law.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Motion is what connects us to our world, to each other, and us. We were born to keep you in motion, however you decide to do so.
We carry a wide variety of Continental passenger and light truck SUV tires. Take to the road with confidence and install Continental brand tires on your vehicle today.
Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Ely's is a proud sponsor of MRA Patriot Athletics. Come try our USDA Prime New York Strip, bone-in filet, New England scallops, or sauteed Gulf crab claws. Ely's also offers an extensive wine list and bar selections. Ely's, upstairs on Jackson Street in Ridgeland. Good luck, Patriots.
All right, I'll pull them out. Got our helmets right here. Get this set up. Hey, welcome back to Hey Coach, live from Walk-Ons. I'm here with Coach Herbert Davis, our head football coach, as we enter year 11 with you. Wow.
Yeah, that's big for me.
What I want to talk about in this segment with you is your team. Every team kind of has their identity. If you go back to the first state championship in 2019 and go back all the way to your first year, in 2014. Let's talk about a little bit of the landscape of this team heading into the 2024 campaign as we look forward to Park Lane.
Yeah, I think our biggest experience is coming back on defense. We can kind of see that right now with those guys. They're leading more. They're really gelling together. Offense right now, we're really kind of just the opposite. We're trying we got a lot of guys in a lot of separate ways. We kind of got a lot of inexperience there and some big spots, you know, at quarterback, offensive lineman, a couple other spots too, tight end, receiver here and there. And so we're just we're searching right now. We're trying to find out. But we got to figure out. We don't have long to figure it out.
Right. Well, I mean, you talk about the defense of the bright spot with Coach Danny White. He's been with you. And I think that's one of the things about your staff is they've been together. We've been together for a long time.
We have.
And I think the continuity is helping. So let's talk about our defensive side of the ball. I mean, those guys, for lack of better words, they're kicking our tail on the defense side. So let's just talk about the defense and the impact they're going to have and the amount of speed that they have on that side of the ball.
I've challenged them to kind of do some things a little bit different over there to take advantage of what we got, and they've done a great job coaching it. Excited to see what we're doing on defense. They've done a great job. Kids have bought into it, and I think it's going to be really fun to watch them play defense this year.
Especially our secondary. Those guys are flying around. You know, Coach White's always fast, physical ball hawk. Those guys are flying around the football, and you were really impressed with the tackling over the last 3 days.
Yeah, I think the thing that's going to stick out the most for you is this is going to be our fastest overall defense to happen. From the defensive nose guard all the way to the back end safety, we're going to be as fast as we've ever been, so that's a bonus for us.
Flipping gears, going to the offensive side of the ball now, you lose John White, and that's. For 3 years, we had a trigger guy.
That's 15,000 reasons not to lose him.
That's right. And then you got some experience coming back with receivers. Charles Simpson, who had over 1,800 all-purpose last year. You got to replace him. And then your offensive line, you have a couple of guys that are coming back. But let's go back to the trigger man. I know you got a two-way battle right now going with Samuel Stockett and Austin Banks, and then we'll go out from there.
Yeah, we got announced today that Samuel Stockett will be our starting quarterback. He had a great summer, and it seemed to get better every day in camp. And so we're on top of it. Got to make a decision. Both of them have competed well. Like Austin too, I think he can win games for us. Also, we're blessed to have two guys to do it. But we're gonna go with Sam there, and he's going to back up for us for 2 years. Got a lot of upside.
Yeah.
And we can see the things we saw this summer with him throwing the ball on the field, this fall.
Right.
And we're going to be very pleased.
Yeah, I think about the semifinal game when he came in, you didn't even know he was not. John's hurt. He comes in the game, and you're just calling plays, and he goes like 3 for 4 for 61 yards and 3 for 3. Leads us down. Hits a vertical ball to Jack Poole to kind of set up a score there. So I'm just, that's the kind of guy that you want in there. And then you go outside with the receiving corps, and those guys, some of those guys have been starting for us since they were freshmen in the state championship game. So you got some depth there. Talk about who stands out right now in camp.
Yeah, I Casey Thomas is coming back off a big time year last year, doing a great job, had a good summer too. The guy that stood out this summer was Jack Polis, and had a tremendous 7-on-7 deal this summer, and looks good in practice now, and senior. It's kind of his time. He's doing a great job and looking good there, but Will Jones has had a good summer. All of them we like for them to block a little better right now, and we're kind of working on that. And then our youth up front offensive line, same deal. Trying to get those to gel together. All 5 of those guys, one of them messes up, kind of messes the whole deal up. So they're trying to gel right now. And we've got some injuries to go with it too on top of it, which, it's kind of hurt us.
Right. But you like your team so far. I mean, going into week one.
Our team. I think, like I said, we lost Charles, but we feel like we'll play 4 to 5 running backs. They all can run, and so we feel good about the overall position. We feel good about our offensive line. We just felt like they hadn't gelled together yet, and we're not healthy yet.
Right. And then the third component or third wheel, near and dear to me, is the special teams. Being a former punter. You look at Wade Hansford, who's been in the system, and now it's kind of his time to shine. And we go back and look in camp, and he's putting balls 5, 6, 7 yards deep in the end zone on the kickoff. And then our extra point team and field goal team. trying to shore that up as well. So kicking game wise,
yeah, we feel good about that. I think we kind of shored up our punt team today.
Sure did.
And that was the one we was worried about. But all the others, I think we got tremendous potential there. You know, we got all our returners back. We had big, kickoff returns last year. I think we got even more speed there. Yeah. And so, that's just something we're excited about. And then you got to have guys in those teams, and us having depth at linebacker and DB, those kind of type guys. We got a lot of those guys, which are going to help us tremendously on the
Yeah, I think about a Jackson Toller type that has been in the program and the impact he's had in camp and what he's been doing flying around the football. I think he's he's our second fastest guy on a 10 fly, and then he's been striking folks.
Yeah, some guys that haven't really heard these last few years, kind of been waiting their turn. Safeties that we moved down, moved over. Jackson, one of those guys, but our linebacker core can run. I like them. Jackson's playing Sam. Parker Durham at night. We got Fletcher Cox who's playing a little bit, actually a tight end and linebacker. You'll see him both spots. He's doing a great job for us. Patrick Plunkett, the guy that's kind of waiting his turn too, senior year, playing really well right now. And then, our defensive front. We got Cade Juicer back. He hasn't even practiced one time yet. But our other guys allowed some of our younger guys to have some reps. Yeah. And boy, they're getting better every day. But, our senior, Wynn, doing a super job for us, as well as Cameron, Starkey. We moved him down to defensive end, linebacker. He's bought into that. He's leading. He's playing hard. And really like that group.
Yeah. Well, as we go forward into this segment of Hey Coach, we have some questions that we're going to look at. The group in the back has some questions that they can put in the helmet, and we're going to pull one or two out and see what we got. So,
that one was pretty long.
This was pretty long. So, this is for coaches. How do you balance your time being a coach, a husband, a father, family man, and everything else, and still keep God first? It's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question, man. I tell you what, the old devil will put it in front of you, or put everything else in front of you, where you will just forget about God first. But you just try to, wake up in the morning, before you go to bed, read the scriptures. We try to include that with our kids and our coaches and what we do. So it's an everyday thing and not just a when you go home thing. And, I think that really helps us a lot, But, then having a great family too to go along with that and understand my job. They also are great Christian people. And then having a staff that also believes in the same thing. I think we got several deacons on our staff. And so it's easy to do it with the staff I have and the family I have.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things is that they say work-home balance. I don't think there's ever something called a work-home balance. That's pretty tough to do. I think being just intentional with your time and knowing who we belong to and where that time management goes,
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about it, but our family is on that football field.
That's it.
We're probably those guys when we are with our family, especially during the season. And so, that's and that's why as hard as I am on them, I love them too.
That's right.
And so those are special times, and part of the reason I love coaching.
Yeah, you have that right. We spend more time with each other than we do our own family during the season.
That's why a lot of times people think it's just talk, but we really try to pour in our kids more than just football.
Right.
Because I believe if you're doing a good man, you're doing a good football player.
I've heard you say that more than 25,000 times. Let's go to this next question. I think we got time for one more question tonight on our first ever Hey Coach Laugh or Walk-Ons. Here it is. Here, they pulled the wrong one. All right. I've always heard that when the going gets tough, the tough keep going. How did you keep going during your difficult health issues?
Well, it goes back to the faith part. But, you know, obviously God had a big part into it. I actually grew during those times. But, you know, my grandfather and my dad are just tough people, you know. I think I've told y'all before, we had cattle growing up. And there's many a time where I seen my dad actually tackle a 300-pound steer, hold him down, put him back in there. You know, we were just kind of taught a mentality growing up on the farm. And, you know, when I played football, I was just kind of that old, you know, just a teammate that played hard, played middle linebacker, fullback, which is a tough, hard-nosed position. And, you know, and I just, I don't know. You know, I tell you, my mom was just as big a part of it as anything, pushing me to be tough every day. She was my cheerleader. And so I tell you, she probably had as big a part into it as anybody.
Well, I'll share this story that you shared with me in the coach's office, actually your office, about your grandfather, about how there was a wasp, and I'm allergic to wasps. So I got to have like an EpiPen. My wife's already mad at me if I don't have one on, and when a wasp's around, I got to get away. And when you said, you know how my grandfather got rid of wasps? And I said, how? And you put your hand on the door frame and said, pop, and you grabbed them and you crushed them and you threw them away. That's how he got rid of them. So that's
while I was running.
So you can see where Coach Davis, the tough-nosed football coach, plus you were a fullback, which you mentioned, which is one of the toughest positions you have to be.
I played 2 years in JUCO and had 6 total carries. So that tells you what I was doing on the blocking.
There it is. Well, Coach Davis, thank you for joining us for the first ever Hey Coach live from Walk-Ons. Thank you for tuning in and watching us, and for the family and friends that are joining us here. There's a party. I think there's a happy birthday going on right now with us. But thank you for being part of our Monday night, and we'll see you again next week live from Walk-Ons for Hey Coach. Good night.
Uptown Dental is driven by the latest technology, and Dr. Michelle Cruz and Associates' personal attention to your dental needs is what sets them apart. They can do crowns in one visit. Their laser dentistry, 3D cone beam technology, and digital x-rays make procedures so much easier, and they also perform digital dentistry scans to avoid those goopy impressions. Uptown Dental offers Invisalign, and their cosmetic dentistry can get your teeth back in line and looking beautiful. Let Uptown Dental take care of your pearly whites with the latest technology and the most personable staff of dental professionals around.
You made a promise to teach, to provide, to make time, to play, to protect, to give every opportunity. You made a promise, and we're here to help you keep it. Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.
I greet my table and the family is signing to one of the members that shows me he's deaf. They pointed to the gentleman they've been signing to and said, it's his birthday. I decided to look up how to sign the happy birthday song. Once I saw his face and he realized that I was signing happy birthday, I teared up a little. I'm tearing up right now talking about it. At Walk-Ons, we're still gonna do what we can to make sure that you feel just as included as everybody else here.
Hey MRA Pats, did you know that there's no need to go out of the way for your next family take-home meal? We got you covered at Fleetway Market in Gluckstadt. Our state-of-the-art smoker makes the best smoked brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs on this side of the Mississippi. So let us fuel you up next time you pick up. Fleetway is so proud to support our hometown MRA Pats.